Hey YouTube, Ray here. This time I am not smoking a pipe, and the only reason why I'm not smoking a pipe is because I'm going to be doing a little bit of talking here, and I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to try and get through it as fast as possible. But I wanted to talk about something here, and this is a little bit outside of what I normally do. As you guys know, my channel is about tobacco reviews primarily. Every now and then I'll say something, it usually has something to do with tobacco, but for the most part it's tobacco reviews. But this particular topic is something that I've had on my head for a long time, and I just I didn't want to bring it up because it's not something horrible or anything like that. But recently I watched Unicorn Piper, Ben, although I believe he might have changed the name. I don't know if he did or didn't. But anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. And he had made a video regarding tobacco reviews, pipe tobacco reviews, and I think a couple years back, I think someone else made a video. God, I can't remember who. But I remember seeing another video of someone else who did a video on tobacco reviews, and basically, the topic was about tobacco reviews being subjective, and it's just that person's opinion on that tobacco. But mind you, don't get me wrong, I 100% agree with everything that was said about pipe tobacco reviews. However, I think that there's this another side to that, and it's something that I don't think was touched on. So I wanted to bring it up, and that is that yes, while tobacco reviews are subjective, it is that person's interpretation of what they're tasting. Undoubtedly, it's also going to be influential, whether we want to or not. Those of us who make pipe tobacco reviews, we're going to influence other people. Even if we don't want to, even if we're sitting there saying, hey, this is how it tastes to me, and this is just my opinion, it's still going to influence someone else, and especially, I think, in this kind of a community where, a lot of people find other people that they totally agree with, and that's because they have the same palate. So they form sort of there's a bit of a bond that forms there, where you start making your purchase decisions based on that person's review of whatever tobacco they happen to review. I know myself personally, okay, I watch pipe tobacco reviews. That's what I love. That's primarily what I watch. And based on what I see, I would say about 50%, almost 50% of the tobaccos, maybe not 50%, but almost, like 40% of the choices that I make are based solely on what I've seen on YouTube, what I've seen you guys review, and I've told you guys this before. Whenever I try a new tobacco, I would say, hey, I saw all you guys raving about this, so I just thought I'd try it. But like I said, it's like while I do agree with everything that was said about tobacco reviews, I also think that they're influential, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Actually, I think especially in this community, I think it's a good thing. And mind you, yes, of course. Just because somebody likes a tobacco, it doesn't mean that you have to go out there and buy it, because you might not like it. But if you don't like it, and you went out there and you bought this tobacco because you saw somebody review it and they said it was great, and you go out and buy it, and it turns out you don't like it. I mean, is that the end of the world? Actually, it really isn't. Especially in this community that prides itself on sharing, on giving away, giving back, generosity. I don't think anybody feels that that they waste their money whenever they get influenced by somebody. I don't think so. At least I don't. Because my mindset on something is, when I buy certain tobaccos, I think, well, if I don't like it, I can just give it away. That's my mindset, and that's what I do. And you guys have seen it. I'll just buy tobacco, and I'll just keep it stored, and I'll do a major giveaway just like that. And I'm not the only one. Everybody does it. And that's part of the generosity of this community. So I don't think anybody feels that they waste their money if somebody tells them to buy something, or not tells them to buy something, but just makes a video that about that particular tobacco, and they say that it's a great tobacco, it's wonderful tobacco, and then you go on and you buy it, and turns out it really wasn't. I mean, put it this way. Okay, you guys know that has happened to me. And I've told you guys this. I've reviewed certain tobaccos where I said, hey, all you guys were raving about it, so I went out and got it. And I don't know what you guys are talking about, because I didn't get this from that. And, I basically made a bad review of that tobacco. But, I bought that based on what you guys have talked about, based on your reviews. But I didn't feel like I wasted my money, because I know that I can always gift it away. I can always give it away to somebody who will appreciate it. And like I said, being in this community, that's the, I would think that's the norm here. And I don't think that there's anybody who doesn't feel that way. For the most part, and you guys know this, generosity is abundant in this community. I mean, just ask, I would say just about anybody who joins this community, within, I would say, a few months, somebody gives them something. Somebody, says, hey, I would love to send you some tobacco so you can try more. It's what we do. But anyway, back to my point, again, I 100% agree with tobacco reviews just being that person's opinion, and we should take it just as that person's opinion. I agree with that. But at the same time, I know that there's a few of you that will review a tobacco, and based on your review, I will go out and buy it. Simply because I know, based on other reviews that you guys have done, I know that you and I sort of have the same palate. So, it is going to influence you. Your review will influence, in a small way. It's not like I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say, oh, I need to get this because so-and-so said it was good. No, but, and you guys know this. Every now and then, we put tobacco in our basket, in our online baskets that we have all over the place, and, we'll keep it there. We won't buy it, but we'll keep it there because we're not really sure. But then all of a sudden somebody says something about it, and it just gives us that little extra push to purchase it. And that's me, and I think that's a lot of you guys as well. I don't want to talk for anyone here, but I think so. And so that's, again, that is based on tobacco reviews, and reviews undoubtedly being influential, whether we like it or not. They're going to be influential, and they're going to influence us, and I think that's a good thing. And like I said, it's not that I don't agree with what has been said about pipe tobacco's views up to this point, but I think there was just that little side of the story that really wasn't touched upon, and I just wanted to add that. That's all. So anyways, comadres. Well, that's all I had to say about that. Like I said, it's you know, no negative reflection on, of course, on Ben Unicorn Piper, because he's great. And God, I wish I could remember who else made a video on this, and I'm gonna kick myself. Oh my God. Later on, or in the comments, if one of you guys, you know, tells me who it is. God, I can't remember. So, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to say that they were wrong in what they said. No, I 100% agree. Again, I agree 100% with what they said. But like I said, I think this was just a second side to that story that I just wanted to bring up and mention, because it just wasn't. And you know, I thought it was important when it comes to something that's, you know, I think it's key in this community is tobacco reviews. I mean, that's what this was. I think that's what this was, you know, founded on, is people, you know, helping other people with, you know, this hobby. That's it's a great hobby. So, anyways, all right, compadres, comadres. Well, this is 11 minutes long. I am truly sorry for that, but as always, thank you for watching, if you still are. Y vayan con Dios.